Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the current situation, but now the pain has gone, I'm going to put an overlay on because these nails I have totally wrecked with my teeth. So I'm going to get set up and I'm going to actually do all my prep work and everything on camera. I might edit it out, but I might leave it in for you to see. This is basically everything I use for my prep. I'm going to put some alcohol on this, but apart from that, these are the tools I use. So I won't show you every single nail because that'll be boring as heck. But yeah, they're still a wee bit tender, but not as bad. So I just start off by pushing back cuticles with this end. I'll do a couple. I don't really have a lot of cuticle these days, to be honest, usually, because I do change my nails quite often. So I don't usually have a lot of cuticle to come off. Remember to get down your sidewalls because you do have cuticle growing there as well. And then I simply turn it over and I take this end and just scrape off the crap that's loosened. Nothing fancy, nothing hard. And it might look like I'm being quite rough, but I'm not. I'm actually being really gentle because my fingers are tender and I'm using a metal tool on delicate skin. So you always want to be gentle and take your time. There's no point in rushing this stuff. So that's these two. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, so now they're all pushed back and scraped, I take my stiff brush, dry it first, and give it all a wee brush. Then, because I've been using tools and I'm going to use nippers in just a wee minute, I'm also going to scrub them with alcohol, just to make sure that if there's anything on those cuticles or nails, that they're not going to cause me any problems. Now, I always clean my tools at the end when I use them anyway, but give them a wee wipe at the start most of the time. So I'm going to try and find one that's got stuff that needs nipped, because I don't nip every nail. If it doesn't need nipped, it doesn't get nipped. Now I'm only nipping the white dead stuff that's on the nail. I am not nipping live skin, because that makes you bleed. Don't do it. I'm hoping you can see this. Yeah, that's dead. That can come off. But you only go as far as the white stuff. If you start nipping pink skin, you're doing it wrong. That's my personal opinion. I don't think, and I know some manicurists, well, Russia and such like, do it, but I don't think it's right. I don't think you should ever take all the skin away from around your nail. That's what's protecting your nail, your matrix and such like, from dirt getting in and infections and everything. So only snip what needs to be snipped. Okay, once they're all nipped as much as you're going to nip them, or as much as you need to nip them, I give them another wee wipe with alcohol, just to be on the safe side, because you never know. Now, at this point, I would usually go in with my e-file and my cuticle bits, just to get any wee bits that I've missed. But I'm not going to do that today because, as I say, my fingers are in a bad enough way as it is. I've actually scraped layers of nail off with my teeth. I don't advise doing that. No matter how upset or nervous you are, do not do it. I can't recommend it. Sorry, I have to have a wee drink of coffee. So the next step is to do the overlay. If I was doing dip, I would get all that out. If I was doing polygel, I would get all that out. But today, I'm going to do the Your Sugar Quick Extension Gel. Now this stuff's nude, and I think it'll be nice for my nails with the length they are. So that's what I'm going to do my overlay with. So I'm going to get everything out and get prepped, and I'll show you a couple of nails. Again, I'm not going to show you them all. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I do usually only do a couple of nails at a time because I'm terrible for doing this. So I tend to just do 2 nails at a time and do my thumbs separately. So I'm going to start with a primer. It's a one-step primer, so you don't need dehydrator as well. Although the alcohol dehydrates just fine. Don't need a lot of this. Let it spread around your natural nail. As I say, it spreads out, so you don't need a lot. Right, now we'll leave that to dry. And then you do need a base coat, obviously, but what I've been using recently is the reinforced gel. Now, I bought this on a whim. It was something that came up on Instagram, I think. And I decided to buy it, and I actually really like it for a base coat. So I'm going to do my pinky and my ring finger together, and then I'll do the other 2. Okay, I'll be back when this is dry. Right, so I'm going to put just a thin base coat on. That's all I really need. Now, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but I'm going to zoom in and show you. But my hyponychium comes up really quite high. So that's something I have to be careful of, not put product on there, because that is not nail, it's skin, it's living tissue. So I have to make sure that I get it only on actual nail and stop before I get to hyponychium. And if it does go on, I'll wipe it off before I cure. So like any other gel, I'm going to put a wee slip layer on to make it easier to float the gel over. And then I'm going to take a wee bead on my brush, just like that. And I'd actually be better doing it this way. Get gravity to help me. Push up as far as you can without touching the cuticle, obviously, and then walk it down the nail as you would with a hard gel. Now I'm going to turn my hand upside down, and then I'm going to flash cure that. I'm actually going to wipe that cuticle first. So we'll just leave it like that for a few seconds and let gravity work its magic, and then I'm going to put it in the lamp for about 10 seconds and then I'll be right back. Now we're just going to do exactly the same thing with the ring finger. Put a wee slip layer on first. I hope I'm doing this so you can see it properly. And we're going to do the same again, get a wee bead. I'm going to do the same, push it up to the cuticle without touching, hopefully, this time. My goodness, you're shaking my hands off. And we'll do the same thing, we're just going to walk it down the nail. I'm not actually worried about perfection at the moment, I just want a bit of barrier on my nail, something to protect them for the knocks. Because I am very clumsy and I have been knocking them. So I'm just really wanting a bit of protection on there for the time being. Okay, so that's how I do that. So once I've done the other ones, I'll be back. Okay, so they're all done. I've cleansed the nails with this Model 1's, the Leafu UV Gel Cleanser. I got this in, I think it was the Polygel set, so I'm just wiping off the sticky layer and make sure that there's none left on there, because even though there's no length to these nails obviously, which means you don't really need to have an apex or anything like that, but there is a few lumps and bumps with them being so uneven, so I'm not going to file them per se, but I am going to buff them with a sponge buffer, just to even them out and make them a bit neater. So I'm not going to show you all that on camera either, because that would be boring as shit. Look at the air bubbles I've managed to get in that. As I say, I'm still learning gel. Don't shout at me. I'll cry. Okay, enough of that. So, once they're all done, and I don't think they need any more, I'll go back to my lovely brush, and again I'm going to go dry first, just to get rid of the surface dust, and then I'm going to soak it with alcohol again, just to make sure that anything that's stuck under the skin is getting rinsed out. You don't want dust. Now this gel is actually a different colour to what I thought it was. I thought it was not as bright as that. And I really don't like this colour in my skin tone. So I'm not going to top coat at the moment. I am going to do something with them. I think what I'm going to do is put in some of the gorgeous decals I've got for Charlie's nail art, because I've got loads of them. So I think I might put some of them on and then top coat. But that's them done. And you'll see a photo on Instagram of them when they're all done with the decals and top coat. So I hope that was helpful. If not, sorry. But that is the state of my nails, and we will keep a wee progress going for when they grow. I'll keep maybe once a fortnight or something. I'll put a wee update on Instagram, because I'm not putting anything on my natural nails at the moment. I'm just going to work on tips. So thank you for being with me and watching. See you in the next one. Bye.